When you're working with the children, who gets first attention? Is it the child that cries? Is it the child that shouts out? If you've got any, is it the child who throws chairs? Very often, the children who are loudest, who are engaged in the most poor behaviour, get the first attention. In fact, they learnt that from home, didn't they? That throwing a tantrum in the supermarket gets them the attention they need. And they bring those skills that they've learnt into the nursery. Now, we've got to change that, because in primary schools, the child who screams loudest, who behaves worst, does not get the attention they deserve. In fact, you need to start starving the children of attention when they're doing the wrong thing and lavishing attention on them when they do the right thing. It's very simple. Let me give you an example. You've got 10 children in the room and you ask them to come and listen to a story. And yet one child is rolling around the floor, rolling under the desks, rolling into the coat rack. Your immediate response naturally would be to go and solve that behaviour because it seems the most urgent, it seems the most important. But actually, every time you do that, you reinforce with that child the notion that that behaviour gets them what they want. And you know what else you've missed? When you've spent the time dealing with the rolling around the floor, you've missed the 9 children that are sat quietly, arms folded, ready to listen, eager to hear the story. You've missed them completely. If you go to the child who's rolling around on the floor, you start to teach those 9 other children that the way to get attention is by foul means rather than fair. Who gets your first attention? The 9 children sitting on the floor. Who gets your praise and positive reinforcement? The 9 children sitting on the floor. That's not to say you ignore the other child completely. It's just an order of doing things. Make sure that you give your first attention to the children that are doing the right thing every time, and your second attention to the children who have decided not to follow the rules. And in that way, you start to get a balance with the children. You start to get the children understanding that the way to get your attention is by doing the right things and not by doing the wrong things.